Hello everybody and welcome back to the...
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the
My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is over.
Meme review! Meme review!
Hello, and welcome back to Meme Review with me, Nickens. Today, we're going to be talking about the Gators and Eagles game, and man, it was a little sloppy. I think that is the kindest way I could put it. It had a lot going on, lot to talk about. I feel more so than most of any other games. A lot of comments, probably the most heated comment section that I've seen in a bit, especially from Eagles fans. Eagles fans were very angry in the comments, which I usually I don't think I can think of the last time I really saw that. And so a lot to talk about, from Dallas to Dan to Landon to Trackman to Dustin Staggs, and we're going to talk about all of it today. So make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment, let me know that you like these videos, or maybe I should do something else. But I'm so excited to just hop into this with you guys. So game one was definitely the cleanest out of all of the games in terms of pitching. Dallas looked pretty dialed in from the mound. There were some early walk struggles, but he settled down into a really nice shutout. And Sawyer Bean really only had one bad pitch, and Landon Gators, who has been absolutely crazy from the dish this year, from the batting perspective, has been so solid, and he took him yard. And so overall, I didn't pick up much from the pitching perspective on this. I think, again, Sawyer and Dallas in game one are both solid pitchers. They're both really good. Of course, where Sawyer's big weak point is walking, right? And so that has got to be something that he brings in, and he definitely reined it in game, his second game. So kudos to him, kudos to Sawyer on that. It's good to see him improving. But let's talk about the bats for a second, because I think that's something we need to touch on a little bit. So in game one, definitely the Gators were struggling from the plate. It was it was not their best performance at all. Where I think Staggs really did well. He got 2 walks, didn't record anything else. So not much you can expect from him. Jeremy Adams was a little underwhelming in terms of going 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. That's something he's got to definitely work on. He went 100 for the entire series, so that was a little worrying. But I mean, I felt like even though the Gators didn't do well in game one with their strikeouts, with controlling it, man, they really picked it up in game two and figured it out. And where Landon was really the guy kind of carrying it for the Eagles, every single one of the Gators was picking up their bats after game one. So even though they lost 2-0 in the first, there was definitely signs within this first game that they were seeing Dallas well already, and that they were going to be able to use that in the rest of the series. They were seeing the ball well, and man, did it really pick up in game two.
Peter, what he's doing? Why you bully me? You bully me, everyone asks. Liquid asking you, why you bullying me?
So let's get into something real quick. I was in Discord kind of reading around, looking at what was going on, and Jason Chadwick popped in and was talking about how in game two, specifically, the ball was horrible. And this is just something interesting to think about in MLW, and maybe potentially something to look for in the future about having a fresh ball, because the product that we received and watched, while it was exciting, it's hard to really know and understand how good Adams or Trackman are going to be this year, because they were both struggling with the ball in terms of getting walks and using it. I mean, both of them putting a lot of people on base, it looked like a struggle for both of them to kind of do what they normally do. I mean, when Trackman wasn't struggling with the speed warning issues, he was allowing guys to get on base and hit off of him. So it's like he couldn't find the right place in between those two things. And then when it came down to Jeremy looked like he had some good stuff. It was just not locating as much as he should. And so because of that, both the Gators and the Eagles were getting on base a lot. I mean, you can see that both Adams and Trackman, they both got good stuff. I just wonder, and I would love to hear from both of them. On a second note, though, let's talk about a little bit of the comments and around the Eagles series. It looked like after this first game, man, the comments were not super excited about the way that the Eagles season was heading already. And I guess it comes down to we're kind of in a place again where the Eagles are at a place where they're getting a young core back again. Now, Dallas Allen at this point is very experienced, but when it comes to their bats, they kind of have only had Landon in terms of hitting in that power bat. Dan has been great about getting on base, but when Dan doesn't get on base like he does in this series, you're kind of left at a point where you need some other guys to step up. And in games where it's a 6-7 ball game, and in game 3 where you need people to you need to hit your way back in, you really did not get a lot of that, and it was really rough. And on the other side, you had Destin Staggs looking really good, looking really solid, getting on base a lot. It's not that he didn't see the ball well. I saw some comments about that, but he was seeing the ball great. He was just not, hitting it all the time. I also saw a comment about Jeremy Adams not seeing the ball well. And Dallas Allen in the Discord cleared that up, saying Dallas had great that Jeremy had great at bats. He was just getting piped up. He was not finishing the at bat, which sometimes you just have one of those days. And I think with the combination about that, you did see some people kind of saying that Jeremy Adams may be a bust. And let's just clear something up right now. Jeremy Adams is not a bust, especially when you combine the fact that you have Chadwick going on record and saying, hey, that ball was not doing well. You saw the other pitcher struggling with control. I think overall, you got to take this game with a grain of salt. They were trying to work through it. They did a lot. It looked like the whole day they were struggling with it. But kudos to the Gators for sticking with it. And Chris Cheatham. Let's talk about Chris Cheatham. Chris Cheatham with a 900 on-base percentage, 909. That is crazy. That is Daniel Schultz 2024 level of on-base percentage. Is Chris Cheatham the cheat code back? That is the question. Either way, I'm super excited for this team. I'm super excited for Chadwick and Cheatham. They have been waiting in the wilderness for a long time now, and I think they're reaping with the rewards with this draft class, with these guys they've got. With the trade for Sawyer is looking amazing now. The trade to Chadwick is looking good. Chadwick's really, really solid. To get Dustin, that is really good. I think the Gators are kind of looking a lot better. And even though people didn't believe in this team, I think this is a team you've got to definitely look out for. So the last game of the day, it was a 12-0 dumpstering by the Gators. They destroyed the Eagles. Dallas Allen on the mound did not look good at all, and the comments took note of that. What I was not expecting was for some people to turn so quickly on Dallas. I don't know what that guy did to anybody, but apparently one commenter in particular made it his mission to make sure that Dallas was a crybaby, which I want to make something clear. I don't know Dallas personally, but I have never heard from anybody in MLW. I have not heard from a single person in Discord or a MLW player that Dallas Allen is a crybaby or has a bad attitude or has done something to have a bad attitude. In fact, you'll see here in a second that Sawyer Bean comes to Dallas Allen's defense in the comments, because this is just such an outlandish take from somebody who I mean, unless this guy, this plasma guy, knows Dallas personally, I don't know what what did you do? What did Dallas do to this guy? Like, what has Dallas done? He is a college athlete who seems to have a great pride in his team and his teammates. And Daniel Schultz has talked so much good about this guy. I have never seen Dallas have a bad attitude, especially on camera. These guys are on camera all the time, and I'm sure, maybe there's a conspiracy that Kyle Schultz maybe doesn't show this side of Dallas, but the cameras are on all the time, and I highly doubt if something happens, there wouldn't be something on camera about Dallas having a bad attitude. So that's just a ridiculous take. I think what you need to take from this game is that, man, it was a struggle from the mound, and this might be an elite Gators squad with some good bats. If Chris Cheatham is seeing the ball well, you've got a great hitter in Dustin. Sawyer is picking up good at bats. You might be seeing a Gator squad that has one of the best offenses in the league. So maybe that's something we need to consider instead of blaming it on Dallas or blaming it on somebody else. Let's praise the Gators for what they've done, and maybe take a look at the Eagles and understand and look. Hey, maybe the Eagles need to pick up their bats. Maybe these young guys need to see the ball better and take it from there. It's a disappointing performance from the Eagles, but in no way, shape, or form should you be scared just yet. This could be a very, very underrated Gator squad that we're talking about. Anyway, what are your thoughts down in the comments? What do you guys think of this game, this series? I'm very high on the Gators at this moment in time and definitely lower on the Eagles. This seems like a development year for them in terms of, they got to take the next few games and really see the ball better. And they're going to need more out of Dan. They're going to need more out of Landon, and they're definitely going to need more out of Dallas from everything I've seen. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys high on the Eagles, high on the Gators? And, yeah, I will see you guys next time.